Hello students, welcome to the GATE Academy. I am Ravi, subject matter expert. So today I am going to discuss few important things for PSU interview. So before going to start the session, I would like to congratulate those who have succeeded in the GATE results and those who are going to appear for PSU interviews. Especially in computer science and engineering, getting a call from the PSU is very prestigious, because you might score very well, need very good rank and get good GATE score to get the call from the PSU. That also you can think that for computer science and engineering, we have less number of PSUs, and in each PSUs also less number of vacancies are there. If you are getting a call for interview, nothing but it is most precious for you. And what are the important things to be prepared, and what are the important things to be carried out for interview? So some few important things I am going to be discussed. So let's have a start discussion. So important things for PSU interview. The first thing I mentioned, an updated resume. It is a very important point to understand, which we need to carry it out with along with your certification with the documents. You have to carry out the resume. In that resume, you have to mention very clear information about your complete biodata as well as your educational background. So whatever things you mention in this resume should be cleared, and you should be answerable for each and every point. So such a way you have to mention. And next point you need to be you should be know about the PSU which is appearing for interview. The knowledge of the PSU means the PSU which you are appearing for interview, you must know so what is that PSU considered to be, what are the functionalities, so what things are going on that PSUs. So you have to go to the website of the particular PSU, read about that complete PSU, so that you can have some awareness of the PSU, so that any basic questions if asked about the PSU, you are able to answer it. Next one, stay updated with the current affairs. Some of the PSUs I have gone through their previous experiences, expert and the toppers of the views, I have gone through that. So some of the PSUs may asking some current affairs for the candidates, means they want to check whether candidate is updated to this current affairs or not. The current affair may be related to the business skills of these industries, maybe the schemes of the central government. So they may ask, so you should be ready with that one. And next point I provided here, brush up the technical concept. This is the foremost important for a technical interview. Means you want to understand before starting the technical part. So this the interview panel member, they will ask general questions to make you feel comfortable. So then we'll start the technical background. This technical background means, so at least you might study it. You have to prepare 4 to 5 subjects strongly. Means so you should cover all basic things, the basic fundamental things you should be cleared, and with this some examples, some level of the depth. So anyway you might prepare for the GATE, so that you have to brush up all the technical skills, and also you want to understand the technical subject which you have to study that should be relevant to the particular PSU. So means you should know that what PSU is working on that, what application they are working on that, relevant subject you must prepare, because the question will be asking from that area only. And also, and be respectful and polite while answering. Why the point is mentioned? Because during this conversation, during this interview time, so whatever answer you are giving to the panel member, that answer should be very polite manner. Means some situation panel member may disagree on your point any particular time. So you should not give an answer in aggressive manner. You should give your disagreement in polite manner only, because the panel members they are looking for the smart people over others. So you should be keep in mind always, and before answering anything to the panel members, you should think yourself whether that is correct or not, and you should not give the false answer with the confidently. give what are the correct answer there with confidently. If you are not okay with the answer which you are going, so say that, sir, I'm not sure about this. You have to agree your fault. You should be very honestly to the questions. And the last point, important point, is that you should carry the all important documents. Means whenever you get in the call letter from the particular PSUs, you must go one or twice at the complete call letter. What are the documents they want to bring? So original along with the photocopy of that, you should carry it. So these are the points is necessary for every PSUs. This is common things need to be followed. So now the questions which I provided here, you must prepare for the following questions here. So means basic question when you start interview, like the first question you expect the moment you reach inside the panel room, the first question you may expect that tell us something about yourself, means introduction of yourself. You start very confidently telling about yourself. What are you? What you studied? Where you studied? So where is schooling and college? All the details, your strength, your weakness, your hobbies, all the things you precisely mention. And during this time, they may ask some questions also about your like hometown. So explain about what are the important things about your hometown. What is the specialty in your school life? So what was your performance in school or college level? So these are the basic questions they may ask. So means you should be, once you groom it yourself that how to answer if they ask these questions. So this is like they won't test you anything, they won't make you feel comfortable in that. And at the same time, you should not go the friendly nature, because their panel members is not friends to you, they are seniors. You should be respectful. If they make any environment friendly also, you should be politely and should be respectable others. Respectful form you should be sit. And the next question, so what was your contribution in your final year project? It is also some important question I can say, because when you are the fresher, when you are fresher means once graduation completed, you written the gate exam, you qualified, then you went for interview. The basic question may ask your project also. You should prepare well and you should mention the details of some basic brief details of the project in resume. There are questions maybe on the project. The project they want to test you like what was your contribution. So they want to test. So you already you might done. So you just go through that project, what you have done, so that you have to explain clearly. And there may be questions like why you are applying the PSU, why not you are going for master education like MTech or MBA. Anyway, you have a good GATE score, why not go for MTech or MBA? So these are the questions they can ask. Then that moment definitely you might knowing the reason for applying the PSUs, why you don't want to go for master education. So that easily you can mention. And next level, it will start the technical round. The question will be what are your subject of interest. So this from this question onwards, they'll very clear, they'll specify. They won't start any random question. They'll ask you that, so what subject you are comfortable, what are your favorite subject, they'll mention. And for this question, very carefully you have to answer. Means, so don't say blindly this, I know computer networks, I know DBMS, I know this theory of computation, I know compiler design. Don't say a list of the subject, and tell them the subject which you are comfortable. If they ask any kind of questions, you are able to answer. So then you at least 2 or 3 subjects enough. Don't give a list of some 5 or 6 subjects. So this also varies from PSU to PSU. The most of the cases, at least if you prepare 3 to 4, that 3 to 4 subject you clearly mention. Yes, I am comfortable with the operating system. I am comfortable with computer networks. I am comfortable with the DBMS or theory of computation or programming. You specify your interesting subject so that they will start on that subject only asking. So next we'll see. And so let me start with some of the PSUs. How was the question being asked? Some interviews. Now I collected some of the questions from some expert and toppers of the previous appeared, the student those who appeared for interview of the some PSUs I collected. So means these are may not be going to be repeated. So we will get some kind of idea. So what level of and what kind of questions particular PSU is going to be asked, so that we can start preparing that level. So that may be useful to you. So I collected some of the questions. So from IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. The question was like, what is a semaphore and give some its applications. This question basically from operating system. So because I am considering you specified your interesting subject as the operating system, now question frame that subject like what is a semaphore and give us some its applications. So you know semaphore is a resource of operating system, or basically semaphore is nothing but variable of its semaphore type itself. It takes some kind like integral values, so that will be maybe classified into counting and binary semaphore. Its application if you see, the banking and e-commerce based applications, wherever shared resource is there, and two or more processes are going to communicate with us that shared resource, we need the system has to ensure the mutual exclusion. To ensure the mutual exclusion, semaphore is one of the solution for solving the synchronization problem. So this major application you can see e-commerce and banking applications. Fine. So now next question is like, so what is the difference between the RISC and Cisco systems? The basically question from computer organization architecture. So they want to know that, so what kind of architectures we have. When you start constructing the architecture could be two types. You can have a RISC type or Cisco type. So you can give at least 2-3 points which are going to be differentiate between the RISC and Cisco system. The basically RISC nothing but reduced instruction set computing, and Cisco nothing but complex instruction set computing. Where reduced instruction set computing, instruction size is fixed size, instruction length is fixed. In Cisco cases, length of the instruction variable, so that clock per instruction in the Cisco may take more than one, and in RISC clock per instruction taking only one, because of instructions are fixed, and that is smaller instructions we have. And in a RISC machine cases, it has set of more number of registers, and Cisco support less number of registers. So that is the reason RISC machines are faster in comparison to Cisco machine, and Cisco machines are more flexibility than the RISC machines, you can say. Means where Cisco machine is supporting more number of addressing modes and RISC is supporting less number of addressing modes. Like you might study these other things, at least 2-3 points if you are able to specify what is the difference between the RISC and Cisco is enough. So there is a next question, the difference between the quicksort and merge sort. This question from the algorithms. So you can may differentiate like if you see the quicksort, so we have to sort the given list of elements. First we need to find out the pivot element. With the help of the pivot element you have to sort it. And if you go to merge sort, there are two lists of the list we have. You have to merge it either two-way or one-way. So you just go through these things. So you might study it, and like you can see this kind of question they can ask. So if you are comfortable this level, easily you can answer. And next question I took is what is a hub and switch and router? The basically question from the computer network. The hub we know that is hardware component which is used to expand the devices. So and switch and router likely to be same. So where router is filtering all the traffic. So you just go through these things. And like a list of questions I mentioned, what is the firewall and how it is work, what is the Bitcoin and how it is work. There's like a next trending question. So what is the cloud computing, that basically you know. And if you are choose to between the programming network, which one you would like to choose? The question, suppose if you want to choose it, which kind of, whether you want to go for programming or networks, that based on your interest, where you are strong, whether in programming you are strong or network is strong, you have to select it. So these are the kind of questions being asked in IOCL in previous interviews. So we will get some kind of ideas how to prepare for this one. So let's have another PSU I want to discuss. So ONGC I am considering. So Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. So when you are appearing for ONGC, you must know about ONGC's functioning. All the details of ONGC, you must read it and go. And the first slide only I mentioned the primary questions. So immediately when you enter into panel room, you won't get directly technical questions. Some basic question they'll ask. The basic question I mentioned, that is common for all the PSUs. Most of the PSUs following some common protocols, like the first you to feel them comfortable, some basic question they'll ask, then they'll start the technical round, the technical core subject. There was some questions asked in ONGC. The question was, what is the difference between the process and thread? It is also like this also question. Why I mentioned this one? Because I'm taking that you considered to be, you selected the operating system as your interesting subject. The question from operating system only. And also I can say one strong point, the panel member very strict to your interest of subject only. They won't ask any single question outside of your area of interest. When you mention my interesting subject of 4 subject, if you name it those 4 subject, question will be on that 4 subject only. So they won't go outside that one, that I can ensure. Like what is the difference between the process and thread? That you know, the process is nothing but a program is under execution, and thread is nothing but lightweight process. The functionality of process and threads are similar, but process get divided into more number of threads to make the speed of the program execution. Threads will share the parent address space only. Thread and program process are its own stack and registers, but they have a same common address space. Like this, some few points you can say about process and thread. And there is one more question. There was one more question: how virtual memory implements the running of large programs into small memory size? Very good question was. Look this, what is the importance of virtual memory? How virtual memory is giving to run the large programs into small memory, they are asking. Look this, how we can answer. We know the concept of virtual memory means it is saying that, so any particular moment if you are going to write a program, the complete program is not required to be executed, correct or not? When the complete program is not required to be executed, what is the need of keeping into main memory? Keep that complete program in secondary memory and load the modules which you needed on the demand basis, so that main memory will be still available, so other program able to load it. That means if you have a small memory also with the small memory of RAM have, so larger program able to run by loading the pieces of into main memory. So that is possible with that you might study in OS. So one more question, like, so what is the purpose of normalization in DBMS? So that is basically from RDBMS question. We know concept of normalization. The basically normalization concept to eliminate the updation and deletion and modification anomalies. So basically to remove the redundancy in the table. So that we have done in first norm form, second norm form, third and fourth we see like we have. So that you can give you examples also. And what are primary candidate super keys? It is also basic question. It is not a little typical, because when you start studying these keys you must knowing. You might know also differentiation between the keys, that easily you can answer. What is the piggybacking? The basically question from computer networks. I think it used in sliding rule protocol, so that you can easily answer. So what is the DHCP and how does it works? So it is also under computer networks. Look, like you can understand by looking these questions, how the questions, the framing from this each subject, very basic thing, and you have to elaborate very clearly. So let us have another PSU's questions. So now I am considering the BARC, Bhabha Atomic Research Center. It is one of the premier prestigious PSUs and for research oriented. It is a research basically on nuclear power generation, correct? So like BARC, if you are getting call for interview for BARC, nothing, it is a prestigious thing, because it is a memorable event, you can say, like, because getting this interview means it is very good opportunity, and definitely you have to prove it. So I have collected some of the questions from the BARC. The question was like especially I want to talk about BARC. The BARC cases, they will focus more on technical compared to non-technical part. Non-technical, if you take ONGC is there, they'll focus less questions on technical, more questions general things like current affairs and your personal things and all. When it comes to the BARC cases, they'll focus more on your technical only, your subject only. Here you at least for BARC I'm specifying at least you must read 5 to 6 subjects. At least 5 to 6 subjects you have to read it, so that they'll ask question like, so tell me what are your 4 interesting subjects. Tell me what are your 5 interesting subjects. You have to specify. And this especially BARC people will very strict to your questions only, whatever specified subjects only. They won't ask other than your subject. But the questions are very simple and very strong in depth. And you should be, when you start preparing for work, like when you started subjects studying, example if you take in operating system, you should be very clear of each and every concept. Let's take process management. What is the process? What is scheduler? What is a dispatcher? How many schedulers are there? How they work? What is the process state transition diagram? So all the things very clearly you have to study, because they'll ask you to draw the process state transition diagram. You have to draw. They'll ask so many questions on that area only. And one more advantage we can have while during this interview session, you can convert interview with yourself also. Means example, if you are very strong in operating system assumption, they ask one question. The moment ask a question, you are answering for that relevant question. Suppose if you want to make them ask in that question area only, you give some extra words. If you give some extra words, in your answer only they will ask one more question. Again, while you are answering that second question also, you give some more extra terminology, so that they will understand, yes, he is using different terminology, he will ask one question. Finally what you can feel that you are dragging yourself, your direction, but you have to be careful. The words which you are using for answering the question should be, you should know each and everything. You should not give like a random and blind things. So one of the question I took, like, so how do memory segment fault happens? It is basically from operating system, segmentation concept. So the moment CPU generates the logical address, the address is searching in segment table, which is not available. The segment is not being loaded. That may occur the fault. So means valid non-existence of the segment in the main memory. That is segmentation fault or page fault, you might know it. So that way you can answer. If they ask to draw the diagram, you draw the diagram also. Segment table, memory component, and the CPU generating the logical address. The next question, design a DFA for accepting the even number of zeros and odd number of ones. Look, this is the question from theory of computation. Very basic question they asked. Draw the deterministic finite automata for number of even number of zeros and odd number of ones. Easily you can draw the even number of zeros, odd number of ones, you combine it, the compound automata, you can get it. Tell us how connection starts from the device to another device. The question from again computer networks. The connection oriented communication they are asking. The TCP/IP, how connection get established. You can draw the one server to the clients and how client will get connected. First passing port number, source ID, destination ID. The 2 or 3 phases are there that you can explain by drawing the diagram. So next question is like, what is the quicksort time complexity? And look this, especially when studying for algorithms, you must know the all time complexity of each and every algorithm, space and time complexity, and you should know the reasons of that. How this, if you take the binary search, how order of log n. If quicksort order of n square, order of n log n, worst case, best case we have. So you have to distinguish between all the things. So you should make it each and every point clear yourself so that easily you can answer. Like that few questions I mentioned here. What is the difference between AVL red block tree? That is one from data structure. How do you convert the balanced BST into linked list? That is also easily you can answer. The difference between the fractional and 0 by 1 knapsack, fractional and binary knapsack. The differentiation is easily explanation. What are the applications of regular expressions? It is also from theory of computation or compiler. So many applications are there, regular expression. One of the applications you can give best example like compiler construction. In compiler construction, first level is what? Lexical analysis phase. So where tokens can be generated. Doing token generation, first you have to create the regular expression for lexical streams, and that gets accepted by FA. Then you will get the tokens. So some kind of applications you can provide. So let's have another PSU. So I'm considering ECIL, Electronics Corporation of India Limited. So some of the questions I gathered from this ECIL. The question was like, why operating system favorite subject? Look this. So means the first question would be like, what are your interesting subject for which you might answer that one of my favorite subject operating system. Why it is favorite for you? What are the things got motivated to learn the operating system? So that things you have to specify wisely, because why you got motivated to study the operating system. You can say the few points. Sir, it is the fundamental and interesting subject because everyone from morning, like everyone using the operating systems, like the curiosity to know that how this voice will work, how voice will work. So I started learning. So I got motivated to some important points you can specify. So could you draw the diagram of von Neumann architecture? It is again question from the computer organization. The von Neumann architecture basically we know like we have a input and output devices, central processing unit, and in that we have like a ALU, CU and memory component, external secondary memory you can draw easily. So what are the speed of your CPU and main memory? How speed measured CPU and main memory, that you can easily can answer, like that CPU rate you can see in terms of based on the clock rate of the speed, clock rate. So like that you can answer for main memory also. How does the computer manage the speed difference between the processor and memory? How does the computer manage the speed difference between processor and memory? So processor memory small difference will be there. How does differentiate? By using what? Cache memory. We can make the differentiation between that. How read and write operations occur in the cache memory? Write through and write back approaches. Like when you use a cache memory, there are reading and writing. There are two approaches we have. One is write through, write back methods. You can differentiate between the write through, write back methods. How this works, which is better, which is worst. We can give an example also. So where is the current state of the process stored when an interrupt occur? So like running process, when the running process in CPU, when interrupt occur from the device, where the current state stored, that you know from operating system side. So current state, current instruction you have to store into what? PCB, process control block, right? We have some set of registers. You can activation record, like basically you can call activation records. You can store the current state so that once the interrupt is serviced, then again I have to read this state so that you can resume the where the left off. It was left off from the lost instruction. Some other question from this area. What is the paging? Again, it is question from operating system. Explain in details. So what is the paging? You know, right? The paging is a non-contiguous memory allocation method where main memory as well as user program get divided into equal size pages, and the pages from virtual address space can be translated into physical address space with help of page tables. You can draw with the suitable diagram also to explain the paging concept better way. And paging also used to implement the virtual memory concept, that's demand paging or pure demand paging environment. That also can explain elaborately. So which type of program is better, iterative or recursion? So you have to answer clearly. So iterative better or recursive better? In terms of recursive, we see less number of instructions required, and recursive required less number of instructions, iterative required more number of instructions. You can distinguish by, they may ask you that write the code and explain clearly. So easily you can answer it is. Write the program to find the factorial of a number using the recursion. Draw the activation record of the above recursion function. Good question like. So first write the factorial number. When you write it, when the function get called itself several times, and they'll ask you that draw the activation record. Activation record nothing, memory stack. Memory stack used to maintain the return address of the function. That easily you can draw it. So these are the questions being asked in ECIL. So next one is the most important, and the DRDO, the Defense Research Development Organization. So like it is also one of the prestigious premier PSU, because when you feel working on DRDO, you'll feel that you are contributing your knowledge for the country. So when you get the chance for interview, just prove it, because it is very good PSU, I can say. There are some of the questions which I gathered from the previous like experience, the previous interview questions. The question was like, what are the three things you will look for while purchasing the new computer? The moment if you go for purchasing the computer, what are three things you will look at? The basically you know, right? What is size of the RAM? What is size of the hard disk? What is the processor speed, right? The major components you can check it. What are the different modules in operating system? Means what are the modules we have in operating system? That you can list it: process management, memory management, file management, production security, so virtual manager. These are the modules we have in operating system design. So what are the functions of process management unit? If you take process management is one module, what are the functionality? Process management functionality: creation of the process, creation of process, scheduling the processes, and blocking them, suspension, termination. So these are the basic functionality or operations of process management unit. Write the program to swap at two numbers in C. That basic question you can answer easily. So given a screen of 1024 into 1024 pixel, how much memory it will take to store this information? The pixel, if each pixel is taking suppose 4 bytes assumption, 1024 into 1024 into 4 bytes, 1024 you can add 2 power 10, 2 power 10 into 4, that is 4 MB data required to store. This way you can answer. So some more questions from this DRDO only. What are the optimization techniques in compiler? You might study. Means the compiler, they might ask you nothing. You might specify your interest in something to the compiler. So all phases of the compiler, optimization techniques that you already know, easily you can answer it. Like what is a pipeline processor? It is also relevant to what as compiler as well as computer organization. What problem does compiler face in generating code for pipeline processor? Name any non-Intel processor. You know different kind of processor, AMD processor, Intel processor. Like you can answer easily. What is 7 inches in 7-inch monitor? If you take 17-inch monitor, what is 17 represents? 17 represents from what? Left side corner to right side corner, diagonal, that length it will indicates. So like have been mentioned some of the PSUs only. So whatever so far we have seen that there may be similar for other PSUs also. Means I'm not saying that exactly it will be going to happen. There are chances are that this level of questions can ask. So some other PSUs for computer science I mentioned: NFL, National Fertilizers Limited, and PBNL, PSPCL, and WBSEDCL, West Bengal State Level Electricity Distribution Corporation Limited, and CRIP. So some more PSUs also there, like almost I consider so 8 to 10 PSUs, out of which 5 PSUs we have taken some previous year questions on technical round, and other PSUs which I gave mentioned in the list. The most of them also similar type of questions may be asked. And overall, what is my conclusion is that what are the PSU you are going for interview? First, you prepare well about that particular PSU. You go through that website and you read it completely. What are the technologies using, relevant technologies you study, as well as yourself. Like so your technical subject, at least 3 to 4 subjects you should be strong, so that you can answer easily. If you do this level, definitely whatever you dream that may comes true. So finally, all the best to everyone who are going to be appear for the PSU interviews, and also congratulations. So those who got already calls, and so this session might be utilized for you. So thank you so much, students.